Hi everybody, or should I say good day sunshine. It's a beautiful late summer's day here in North Yorkshire, and I've just got a little bit of an update for you about Revolver. A couple of bits of digital confusion and also my initial thoughts on the Taxman remix. So it's nearly a week ago now that the announcement was made that we're getting the Revolver Super Deluxe Edition on October 28th. And I did my announcement video last week followed by a live stream the same night. And I was under the impression at the time, I think mistakenly now, that the what they call the digital audio collection in the description would be available with the deluxe CD package. Now, we knew that there wasn't going to be a Blu-ray in that box. That information was known well before the announcement. But I think I'd been under the assumption that, well, at least they'll give us it on a download card, that the 5.1 mix and the high-res files, the Atmos we know is going to be streaming only. But the more I've looked into it, sort of starting off from the live stream last week, and the more I've looked into it over the last week, the more convinced I am that I was actually maybe wrong there, and I thought I'd better clear that up, just in case, if anybody's bought the box on the say-so of me saying that there's going to be a download card, I thought I'd better clear this up, because I'm absolutely convinced now that there isn't going to be, unless somebody comes out specifically and says otherwise. So they advertised the 5 CD deluxe version. It looked on the advert to me, from the way that I viewed it, that with that came something called the digital audio collection, which, as I say, is your 5.1, your high-res streaming, etc. But it looks now as though that's actually a separate product. But the weird thing is, it's not a product that you can find anywhere to buy. Now, I can go online and I can do the equivalent on a website of saying, please can I buy the 5 CD deluxe version? Please can I buy the 4 LP plus EP version? I can do that in a digital fashion on a website. But nowhere can you go and say, I would like to buy the digital audio collection. You can't do it unless you've found something that I've been unable to find. It's not on the normal sites like Tidal, Qobuz, which is how I think it's pronounced, Apple Music, iTunes Store. It's not there as an option. So I think if you're wanting things like the 5.1 mix and the high res, you're going to have to actually just go and buy those. You can't say, oh look, they're advertising a digital audio collection, I'd like to buy that, please. It seems unnecessarily complicated to me. I don't quite know why they've done it this way, but I hope they come out and clarify it a little bit more over time. So that's the first bit of digital confusion that I've found, just relating to this digital audio collection. The second bit relates to any of you who are on Amazon Music. You might be interested in this. Do you know what? I'm going to move before I do this, because there's a blooming great huge bull behind me appeared in this field, and he's looking at me, and I don't particularly want to get killed by a bull, so I'm going to move somewhere else to do the next bit. Okay, there are no cows in here. I'm not going to get eaten by a bull or a man-eating tiger or a velociraptor or anything. So, as I was saying, Amazon Music and perhaps other online music retailers as well might be doing the same thing, but certainly on Amazon. Now, I did a search for Taxman because obviously I wanted to hear the new remix, get my thoughts on it, play it through my big stereo system, and which I can do. I can stream that through there from Amazon Music Unlimited. So when I typed in the song name Taxman, it came up with various options, some of them which weren't Beatles at all, but it came up with 3 options for Beatles. One of them, it just said Taxman. It didn't give any information as to the source of that. One of them said 2009 remaster, so the 2009 CDs, and then the next one said 2022 stereo remix. I thought, that's the one. So I thought, I'll just listen to the 2009 remaster first of all, because that's what it should be sort of most closely aligned to. So I had listened to that, I got it in my brain, sort of where the stereo placement was and how things were sounding. I thought, yeah, that sounds really good. I mean, how are they going to improve on this much? Played the 2022 stereo remix, and I thought, I can't tell a difference. I cannot tell a single difference between the two. I thought, this is weird. And I did it several times over sort of 2 or 3 days, and I thought, they both sound exactly the same to me. And then I found something out, that Amazon have mislabeled the 2009 remaster now. And when you try and play the 2009 remaster of Taxman, it will actually play you the 2022 stereo remix. Now, this brings up a whole other argument about music streaming and how do you have control over the versions of things that you listen to, if that's important to you. But it certainly raised that question in my mind. So with that, I went to the other Taxman, the one that didn't say which album it was from, and I had a listen to that, and it was vastly different. And I thought, right, I wonder which version that is. So I went back to my own music library and checked which one was the same as that. And it was the 2009 stereo remaster. So on Amazon Music, where it just says Taxman with no label at the side of it, that is the 2009 version. So the 2009 version, listening on headphones, it's weird. It really is weird. It feels like the bass is sort of down here, sort of below my left ear, and most of everything else is sort of up here over to the right or up here over on the left. It's very unbalanced and quite sort of dull sounding on the bass. Now when I then switched back to the 2022 stereo remix, or the 2009 remaster in Amazon Music, because they're both labelled the same but they're both the remix, it's just night and day is the difference. The bass is no longer sort of down here below my left ear. It's central. It's great. When the snare kicks in on the song, it really kicks in fantastically. I went back to the 2009 remaster and it's just sort of, it was kind of dull and lifeless. Now, I've never thought of Taxman on the 2009 remaster as being dull and lifeless before. I thought they were the best goddamn thing that humankind had ever created when they came out. But now listening to this 2022 stereo remix, it's just everything's lifted and things are clear. There's that clarity that I've been looking for such a long time, and what I hope we can get with the likes of Help and Rubber Soul in future. So now that I've been able to listen to it properly and know what I'm listening to, it sounds superb. Now I've heard people saying, for example, that Paul's lead guitar solo doesn't quite kick in as much on the 2022 stereo remix. I didn't particularly find that. I thought it came in great, and I thought it was kind of equivalent to the 2009. I didn't really notice it, to be honest, I didn't really notice it being noticeably better or worse. That was kind of on a level. But what is so much better is the stereo placement of things. It actually sounds like you're listening to a proper stereo record now, rather than this kind of false separation. The bass is not muffled and it's not sort of down here on my shoulder. It's really sort of where it should be. So I'm really enjoying the Taxman 2022 stereo remix. Now, some of you might have found on Amazon as well that if you press next song from Taxman, it takes you to Eleanor Rigby, and you think, and it says Super Deluxe Edition at the bottom, and you think, oh my god, I found a hidden way to find that. But it's not. I've since been very reliably informed that it's actually, again, it's another glitch on streaming that means that you don't know exactly what you're listening to all the time. It's actually the version from the One album, or potentially the One Plus album from 2015. And again, if you press next, you get to hear Yellow Submarine, you get to hear Paperback Writer, but they're actually the One or the One Plus versions from a few years ago, rather than being the 2022 stereo remixes that they're labelled at. So what I'm saying in a very long-winded roundabout way is, be careful if you're streaming that you know exactly what it is that you're listening to, because how it's labelled isn't exactly always what it is. But anyway, I'm loving the 2022 stereo Taxman remix now that I know what it is, and I'm also on the hunt for any more news about this digital audio collection and the fact that you can't just press a button that's somewhere that says, can I buy the digital audio collection please? And unless somebody in the know says that we're getting a download card, then I am very confidently saying we are not getting a download card for that, so you will not get those high-res and 5.1 versions. I just wanted to bring you that as a little update while I'm out here enjoying some late summer sunshine, and I will be back very soon with more news and reviews and all sorts of things. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.